I do believe is Wavy the tag?
I believe it is.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
Okay. Wavy got the gunman strapped like the Navy here. Let's see how it all unfolds. Asimo, of course, no slouch, and of course not unfamiliar with being in strange matchups. Zawg coming through from the Great White North. Jesus, say that 5 times fast. I bet you can't. Great White North.
I don't think I will.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll leave that to you, Rod.
Okay. Zawg coming through right here with the biggest dog. Let's see how it all unfolds right here in this game number 1.
And this is another one of those times where you think, in theory, this is probably a somewhat tough matchup for Ryu, but obviously Asimo does have quite a bit of experience against this character and showing it off immediately. Those ledge traps with Ryu, effective against any character.
If I'm reading this correctly, Zawg may have been once upon a time #1 in the region or is in contention for it. So, of course, certainly knows how to play on the stage this big. Of course, Asimo, an absolute tall order, but as it stands right now, despite the cold start, Zawg still hanging on for dear life. My God. Fight back. Look, I'm just going to say it. Come on, fight back, damn it.
Got to create some distance. Like you said earlier, this Ryu, if he gets in up close, you're going to be taking a lot of damage no matter what happens, but it's exactly what Asimo is looking to do. Both of these players did win their sets 3-0 to get here, but right now Asimo definitely looking like he is on the verge of doing it again, at least at the outset of this game number 1.
Oh my goodness, and putting the foot on your neck right there. Asimo being able to read which side Zawg was trying to land on. Could have been a read, could have been auto turnaround. The world may never know.
Man, I love that Asimo has not been too crazy with the movement, has been willing to just sort of stand there, react to projectiles coming out and throw the Shakunetsu just on reaction, right? Using the fireball to contest all those projectiles. Like, Ryu is one of the best projectile characters in this entire game, even going up against Duck Hunt, who most of that character's kit is projectiles, and yet Ryu can challenge, but I want to talk about those shots. Gonna get that with that down smash.
Yeah, probably not your best interest to challenge Duck Hunt smash attacks in the corner. Got to make sure you're positioned properly to get that KO, but typically when you see an F smash come out on a Duck Hunt side is when they're ready to take the stock. You usually don't see the smash attacks just randomly in neutral. My God, back here is going to be enough to do it. Asimo with a statement in game number 1 is Zawg, I need you to tap into that dog and do what it is you need to get done here.
Yeah, playing at that distance is just so tough. It really is a paradox for Duck Hunt in this matchup because Ryu can challenge you with those fireballs and it can really negate a lot of that projectile game. But obviously as Duck Hunt, you don't want to play a scrapping game either. So it's really up to you to try to figure out where Ashimo's movement patterns are going to take him and try to, read a jump or try to take control of the ground with the can. But to that end, it's tough against Asimo because Asimo is not a movement-heavy Shoto. Asimo loves to move slow and deliberately.
Yeah, very stationary, very well thought out and calculated with the movement, as you have to be with Ryu. I mean, there's so many characters I think move quicker than Ryu in the game. Now, are their buttons as safe as Ryu's? No. Are they as chunky as Ryu's? No. But Ryu can, when it comes to footwork, be kind of thrown by the wayside. I do think also, as we talk about the tools that Ryu has, that focus attack. I mean, yeah, I got Nair. I think Nair's a multi-hitting move, is it not, on Duck Hunt? But forward air and back air are just one hit. So, you kind of lose a little bit of your approach options there.
Yeah, if you want to worry about focus attack, things like the up air, obviously the clay pigeon, those are going to be really helpful. Duck Hunt does have a very good juggle game against Ryu, and obviously if you're able to use that clay pigeon to open him up, it's really helpful. But again, those fireballs really negate that. So I think the biggest part of this matchup for Zawg is going to be trying to think about where is Asimo going to throw those fireballs and where am I able to find that opportunity to jump in. That's what Zawg's been taking advantage of in this game so far. I'm excited to see if Asimo's going to have a good answer to it.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. It's going to be all about timing here in more ways than one in a matchup like this. And as it stands right now, Zawg right on time to put on this damage, but I need them to be on time to get this stock taken. This match is definitely off to a hot start in the corner. And I'm loving what I'm seeing here from Asimo, kind of leaning into what you talked about before, just staying stationary until they're 100% ready to get out of that corner. And despite not being in the lead, definitely in the right position to be taking some stocks here. That percent definitely speaking to Asimo's favor. I'm telling you, man, one Shoryu, that could be a bad time here for Zawg.
Random aerials as well could definitely get that can out of here.
Seriously.
That looked like one of the mini games in Street Fighter 6. You're like hitting the basketballs away.
Oh, yeah. Zawg right here nailing the 3. Got the W. Steph Curry. Okay, still in it, though. And unlike what we've seen in the last game, too, with Mild and Embo, it does feel like Zawg has a little bit more of a luxury when it comes to recovering.
Yeah, definitely doing a really good job of maneuvering around the pressure that Asimo can put out there. Of course, Ryu doesn't go off stage as much.
Yeah.
Definitely a big ledge trapper. By the way, I love the way that Zawg is playing around the can on stage, using it to just cut off areas where Asimo is allowed to go. And a much slower pace in this game, very helpful. And the Clay Pigeon bailing out Zawg big time right now.
Oh, no doubt about that. Zawg looking like an absolute animal here, 163%. All rage online is showing no signs of slowing down, knows how to play this long-range game safely, but as always, a little bit of commentary cursing coming through right there. Let's be real, that stock was way past its prime.
Yeah. Definitely holding on for a long time against a character like Ryu, but definitely goes to show the spacing in the projectile game so much better here in this game too from her. I mean, being able to play at that distance where Ryu is not comfortable and honestly not letting Asimo control the game with all these fireballs, doing a really, really good job of making it less of a factor.
Negating that. Oh my goodness.
The trick shot.
Hey, we said NBA, did we not? It's looking like the skills test right here at the All-Star game. The alley-oop right into the slam dunk is looking good right here on Asimo, or excuse me, on Zawg's behalf. Asimo has to figure out a way to maybe lean a little bit more out of the stationary gameplay and try to figure out a way to close this gap. I ain't saying you got to run right up on Zawg. Zawg, of course, certainly going to be waiting for that, but we got to figure out a way to get out of this corner.
Oh my goodness, you were talking about the recoveries, Rod. Another beautiful one right there from Zawg, knowing that in that situation, Asimo is absolutely going to go for the reversal that can, I mean, change the momentum of this entire game. Zawg has been playing so carefully and has worked really, really hard to maintain this lead, to be able to build up a lot of damage very, very safely. Oh my goodness, and the down smash just in time.
It was so smart to actually stop that combo, because it looks like they may have leaned into like short hop forward air typically, but that case right there is like, no, I got to go for a smash attack. I need multi-hits. We cannot have anything off this focus attack. Okay, back air. Oh, my God.
I don't know if it was the back air or the can, but either way, Zawg is just a hit or two away from taking this game, and just a long-range can, the snipes. This really is just a three-point clinic.
Yes. And Zawg right here, as it stands, she's pulling up deep and draining them.
Bang!
I mean, it's looking like Reggie Miller, Steph Curry, you name it.
Reggie Miller was my guy, dude.
Reggie
Him and Ray Allen.
Oh, God, yeah.
Those were my guys.
Listen.
I bring up Ray Allen. Now everybody's going to call me old.
Listen, best three-point shooters out there. We got Ray Allen, we got Reggie Miller, and you got to add Zawg to that Mount Rushmore, okay, because she's doing damn good work. Game number 3. Let's see what Asimo's answer back is going to be. This is the flex game. This is where, you know, statistically, who wins this game might go on to win the rest of this set, but I don't want to call it just yet because this is Asimo, one of the best in the world. Not just with their respective character, but just in general.
It's such an adaptation monster, too. Asimo is really good at picking apart your game plan and then finding just one or two different things to change up. Still sticking with his own game plan, but making minor adjustments to make yours more difficult to execute. And I do like the battlefield pick here, giving Asimo so many more ways to maneuver around the setups from Zawg, not going to let the projectile game control the way that he plays. You can already see it is working wonders for him.
It most certainly is. Asimo came through with a brand new play style, a brand new mindset. It's applying it thoroughly, trying to lock Zawg down in the corner. Again, Duck Hunt, really great from a distance. Even can play slightly up close, but options out of shield, kind of pale in comparison here to what Ryu's bringing to the table.
I mean, Ryu's just so much better at taking advantage of this vertical combo game. And again, being able to just sort of jump around, not let the Duck Hunt respond to the projectile game, to the movement from Asimo. And Asimo is like making some adjustments. Like you said, a bit of a different play style. We're definitely not seeing as much stand still and wait, taking advantage of Battlefield, but Zawg taking advantage of a big combo starter right there to even things right back up.
No doubt about it. And of course, alleviating pressure, jumping off stage immediately. I have to use every tool in my kit and then some just to get these paws back onto solid ground. Because Asimo is sharking like the best one. Nice, gets the down tilt. Look at little misposition right there.
Yeah, wrong direction. I'm wondering if that was supposed to be a confirm into the Tatsu or just a Shoryuken input that went awry. It's crazy, you know, you don't think about Smash as games where you get those motion input misinputs, but you can see it with this guy.
Yeah, kind of back against the wall right now, 11th hour, so inputs, misinputs, excuse me, can certainly happen. Okay, trying to up air. And just cannot get Asimo to come back down to solid ground on their own accord. Of course, when it comes to playing up close, you don't want no smoke, Zawg. Asimo, an animal on these platforms. My God.
really, really good snipe right there, knowing that Zawg was going to try to land near that can where that landing zone is a whole lot safer. But the problem is that Zawg already burned so many resources, there really was no way to avoid Asimo just jumping up there and getting that big damage. But still not out of it yet. Zawg definitely changing up the game plan to play a little bit better here on this battlefield. A little bit more of a mid-range game, trying to force Asimo onto these platforms and then get those juggles. Again, focus attack not as effective when you've got that multi-hit up air.
It is, and what's craziest too is like you can't even like roll out of the corner when you're Duck Hunt versus Ryu, or really any of the fighting game characters. They start to apply that pressure. You're like, I got a couple options here. I can jump off stage and try to reset that way, but I've been struggling to get back on the solid ground, or I can roll. But Asimo's been doing such a good job of just going for down tilt. And then if you roll through, it just auto turns around and catches you right there. My goodness, no down tilt needed, but the foot's still getting busy. Tatsu in the ledge. Mike, what the heck?
The first time I have ever seen a KO from a get-up attack off ledge.
My God.
That is an absolute first for me, but it won't end up getting Zawg the win. You might have gotten a new achievement for this game, something that is unique to you, but it will be Asimo taking that game number 3, which, like you said, Rod, pivotal.
Pivotal. I mean, it's huge. And it's tough to really work through that momentum shift. I mean, you had such a strong game number 2 from Zawg. Game number 3 wasn't bad either, but I felt like there was points in the match where they were starting to thrive a little bit, but 90% of the match was really just surviving. I'm just answering back. I'm not being proactive. I'm being reactive in the matchup. I want to see Zawg get that lead and then lean into, I'm just going to call it for what it is. And look, I like Duck Hunt, but you got to be annoying. And if you ain't, I'm telling you, if you ain't playing that long-range game, you're not being annoying enough with Duck Hunt. Back off and press that B button.
That's where the character is at its best. Yes. I mean, look, the Duck Hunt dog is annoying when you play Duck Hunt, right? You don't want to see him pop up, and obviously, you got to translate that into this game as well. In Pokemon Stadium 2, with this long range, you've got that opportunity.
You most definitely do. A lot of real estate to work with here. And let's see how it's all going to unfold right now. Because we're playing a little bit of game of cat and mouse, if you will. One side trying to chase the other down. Down tilt right into the Tatsu, looking good.
It's crazy that you say cat and mouse. Neither of those animals on screen.
Not at all.
You got 2 to pick from.
That's right.
For 2.
You got 3 animals on screen. And Ryu's all 3 of them, depending on who you ask. No, I'm kidding.
No, you got the dragon along with the duck and the dog, but it's going to be the duck to take that first game. Look out.
Okay. Zawg right here, she's looking good as we kick off this game number 1. We're playing in this corner. We're playing up underneath the stage, but history has shown time and time again, caught in this corner is not the spot you want to be in versus Asimo, especially when you have down tilt. You got to watch out for down tilt. My God. Down tilt is such a beast of a move, and the biggest animal on stage right there is Asimo. My God.
Definitely not letting up whatsoever, keeping that pressure on. 2 stocks apiece right now. We will be seeing, Zawg's going to get that initial opening. Tons of damage right now. 73%, and Asimo's got to find a way off the ledge. I love that attempt at the conversion right there off of the clay pigeon, but still not able to close out that stock just yet.
Unfortunately not. Of course, playing this floor is lava in a way that Zawg plays so well. Knows how to play in and around the focus attack when that decides to come out. I just got to press a button, said Asimo. Pressure's getting too thick. I got to fight back in my BAM voice. Fight back.
Well, I like that right there, getting the tech chase with the Hadouken. Opening up some space. Chuck that plasma to keep things going and going right over the can with the Shakunetsu as well. And Zawg starting to lose some space, tucked into the corner, but Wild Gunman bailing her out.
I like this false insecurity I'm seeing from Zawg as well, too, knowing that I can't just quite run up on Asimo. Asimo's been an absolute monster when it comes to playing a game like that. Are you kidding? Hey, look, we talked about shooting threes. It ain't just Zawg that can do it, too. It looks like Asimo might know a little ball as well.
Certainly will have to fight back right now, even in this one. Could be winner's bracket stock for Zawg right now. Could be getting sent into the loser's bracket if not able to overcome this Ryu. And you see just running all the way to the other side of the stage, trying to keep that can active and part of the game plan.
Game plan definitely in hand right now between these 2 titans, but as it stands right now, Asimo kind of leaning into the long-range game, trying to really maintain what little bit of lead they had, and it's gone. Okay, nice up air. Yeah, folks attack or not, you got to get them feet back onto the ground. This ain't a move you want to challenge.
He's perfectly happy to just keep on throwing those fireballs, not engage with that can or any of the gunmen out there. Because you can see that fireball, the Shakunetsu is going straight over that can, dealing with it nicely, but now 98%. Combo starter, the clay pigeon could have been everything. You got to be really careful if you're Zawg right now. you get clipped by one of those aerials, it can absolutely lead into the end of the game with this amount of rage on Asimo.
And Asimo very well aware of it, counting these jumps a little bit more carefully, not wanting those feet to leave the ground because of how well Zawg's been doing with the up air in specific, in conjunction with focus attack. Got to be careful. 129%, Ryu ain't out of it till he's dead. And I'm telling you, this is right amount of rage here to get the party started.
Oh my goodness, Asimo tried to go immediately into the Shoryu, wouldn't have even gotten the KO. Maybe a misinput right there, instead getting chucked into the can, but it sends the wrong way. So just a little bit longer on stage.
Game 5? Okay, not quite. Asimo with the coverage there. Shakanetsu.
I think Shoryu might kill right now, Rod. I think if you get hit by one down tilt, it could be over, but instead, it's the can, the back air. One of those two got it, and we are going to yet another Game 5. The stream matches, we've been picking the correct ones.
We most certainly have. I mean, double duck hunt. Who would have thought it would have went to the 11th hour like this? Both times just about. Got to warm them hands up right there on Asimo's sides because input precision is so important in a matchup like this. And then, of course, on Zawg's behalf, positioning is everything. The moments where she got a little too close on Asimo, Asimo definitely made her pay for it. Those moments where she decided to break away and really lean into can, kind of like what we prophesized coming into this, really were some of the most beneficial things she could have done.
It's really all about playing with that space and being able to win that projectile war. Like we were talking about in those first couple of games, it's about who's responding better to throwing out those projectiles initially. Asimo was in that game 1, looked really solid, throwing out the fireballs to sort of, punish Zawg for throwing out like the can and the gunman early, being able to take over that space. And then we saw as the set went on, Zawg was starting to do a better job of reading when those fireballs were coming out, not only using the projectiles to respond, but being able to jump in on them, sort of play in Street Fighter. We would go into small battlefield here. These two are playing game number 5 right now, 2-2. And only one of them can go on in the winner's bracket, so it is down to the wire.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this matchup like it certainly goes definitively one way, then I've heard other people talk about it goes the other. I think it really just kind of comes down to who's piloting these characters. I mean, because Asimo and his Ryu, not to be taken lightly at all, but I mean, that long-range game that Zawg is bringing to the table, I got to call it for what it is. I wouldn't put my favorite best player in the world versus Zawg in some of these interactions. I'll be real.
Asimo definitely one of the best. I don't want to let it go that you mentioned. I've heard a lot of people talk about this matchup. Who are you hanging out with, Rod?
Listen, I got some duck hunts back at home. I'll put it that way. Look, if Nebraska ain't nothing else, it's a lot of long-range characters. It's duck hunts and it's some villagers, okay?
Yeah, that's also the people that actually make up the population of Nebraska.
All 3 of us. It's just a group chat.
Villagers and people that go out hunting. That's the culture.
There it is. No doubt about it. Both of these two animals right now hunting for a stock. 0.3% differential here between the two of them. And we got to see who's going to take first blood right now.
My gosh, well, the can landing on just the correct side of Asimo for Zawg to actually get a ledge trap set up. Look at this, noticing that Asimo is trying to punish that gunman right there, just dashing right back to grab center stage. This should be the stock for sure. Clay Pigeon getting Zawg the lead here in game 5, working on what is certainly by seeding an upset.
Now, if there was ever a time to really extend this lead, it's most certainly now, and the can almost saving Zawg's skin. I like the idea, but the execution just a little late to the party, and because of that, Asimo right here able to equalize these stocks.
Okay, big juggles again. Zawg really adapting well to this matchup right now and the play style of Asimo. Again, it feels like, Asimo is, again, we talked about how good he is at playing very conservative with the movement, being very patient, but now Zawg is starting to take advantage of that extremely well, noticing I don't have to worry about Asimo just suddenly jumping in if I'm not pressing a button right now. There is no aggression to fear. It's only when there is an impulse that Asimo is going in and getting things started, and Zawg now working on potentially a full stock lead in this game.
We'll have to see how it all plays out. I mean, the positioning is definitely there. Let's call it for what it is. Just keeping as much distance between yourself and Asimo as possible can really help you win this match right there. And on top of winning this match, getting the perfect catch with that F smash. Looking good right now on Zawg's side.
Japanese players brought a lot of disappointment to Canada in the World Series. Zawg potentially looking to avenge the Blue Jays right now. Here at Port Priority 9, working on that upset over Asimo, but it is only one hit away from this being a final stock situation in the game 5, and there it is. Game 5, last game, last stock.
I mean, and I talked about it before, Kimona, the importance of being like reactive and proactive. I do feel like we're seeing more proactivity. Is that even a word? I guess it is now on Zawg's behalf, where we're not being as reactive, really getting the lead and trying to hold on to it as much as possible. Asimo, of course, kind of been on the back foot the majority here of this match. There's the down tilt, though, to even things back up.
That is a gigantic whip on that clay pigeon right there. Does bail Zawg out of a potentially very scary situation up there. It's not quite going to be enough at that percent, but Asimo's got to watch his back right now.
Okay, the long-range game is back. Dukin, Shakunetsu looking great.
And the tension between these players right now has got to be at maximum. Run away from that fireball. And I love this. Zawg is starting to use that can to stuff the fireballs, hitting it up once. Oh my goodness, down tilt. It's not going to be enough though. Zawg's got to find a way around the ledge trap. Can bails her out.
In the corner, nice. Able to fight through the can, back on the top platform just to get knocked back off stage right here. The footwork looking good right now here on Zawg's side.
Zawg's aerial movement has been so good to not let Asimo lock her down. Can back in center stage, whipping a grab, but Asimo not there for the punish. Ryu just doesn't have the speed.
Wait, oh, wait a minute. Where's this going?
It's the Tatsu to take it. It was a trade, but it works out for Asimo. And it is in a final hit situation, stuffing out the upset. One hit away, but Zawg just not quite able to get it done in that final scramble. Oh my goodness. We had some sets. It all comes down to one random scramble. One scramble.
I ain't got no words. What the heck?
One scramble.
Come on, I ain't got no words. How?
After all that fighting. Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku.
I just feel like after that I have to abandon hope now. What?